I don't even know if I had the camera running or not. I thought I did. I was doing a little sanding on this spot, on this fender. Just to smooth that down good. And while I'm back here, let's look inside the back of the Ford. Y'all have seen me. Let me get my little light here. Y'all have seen me working up in this little spot over here. This side over here is kind of what that would look like. And look, you know, basically I think what that is sort of like a little piece of press board with a piece of material on it, just to cover that hole up. This would be the same way once I am done working inside that fender. In fact, what I'll do is I'll wind up opening this side up and working inside it, rust proofing inside that rear quarter section there. If you think about rust wise, you know, in this car we got the roof, which I got the outside done. I need to do the inside, which means taking down the headliner and taking this piece of trim off right here, and all little piece of trim up in there. And then what I'm going to do is pour 15 that whole headliner, and all up in here as much as I can reach. I'm going to do this whole section, and then around the door frames and all that stuff. And once I'm done with this, I can kind of close this back up. Before too long, I'm going to want to take the seats out and weld up that spot in the floor. I'd kind of like to be able to get the garage door open so I can pull it in and out when I'm doing that work. I think that's what I'm thinking anyway. So let me think a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. I probably ought to do that rust proofing in here before I put this tail light back in. Of course, I probably don't want to drive it much till I get that done too. So I think what I'm going to do is I ordered another can of Pour 15. I want to get me a sprayer so I can spray it all up in there. So I think what I'm going to do tomorrow, I've just made my plan, is pull out these two pieces of window trim back here and these pieces that run up the sides right here, and those door pieces that go up and down, and maybe I'll just pull the whole headliner out of this car. It's going to have to be replaced anyway. But that will do is it'll give me a chance to get to this part back here in the back. I can start figuring out what I want to do about any rust and stuff in there. Maybe I can also go ahead and get these windows loosened up, and that would be nice. And that'd be a pretty good project for tomorrow, I think. I believe I could, once I get the taillight back in here, pretty much drive the car. I suppose I could do a cold start on it. Somebody said, why don't you do a cold start on the Ford the other day? So I will. Keep in mind that since January, I believe, this car's been in the garage here and it has not been hooked to a battery charger. I've pointed out before that with a 6-volt battery, reverse polarity, this car cranks amazingly well. Sometimes it takes it a while to turn over, I think, to get the gas sucked up into the carburetor. But once that happens, she cranks and it will turn over, seems like for about a week, before that battery will run down. Let's just see here. I always have to remember where my choke is because it's on a different side than on the Jeep. I always wind up pulling the air vent instead of the choke. We'll just